in the hospital for 3 months, and I had like a Jonah-like moment, right? I felt like I was in the pit of hell, and it was excruciating. It was painful.
So the question is this: what's dormant in your life? What is dead that needs a Lazarus effect? What is that thing that seems bigger than you to the point where it's crushing your vision? You've been diagnosed with the sickness? Well, me too. I'm here to awaken your life and to ignite your visions by helping you learn how to live an elevated life and beyond your situations. I'm your host, Timothy Griffin, and you're now tuned in to the Living Beyond, the podcast. Family, what is good? What is up? It's your boy, Timothy Griffin, the one who awaken lives and ignite visions, and you are now tuned in to another episode of the Living Beyond, the podcast, season 3, episode 10. Oof, man, we are on the roll. I know y'all missed me for the past 2 weeks. I haven't dropped an episode. I apologize, but I was going through some health conditions, put me down for a minute, but guess what? We back, we better, and we back like we never left, man. We about to come with this episode, and it's going to be a good one, man. I'm so excited to be back. As you can see, we have a different scenery. We done switched it up a little, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to my big bro, Ty Will, for allowing me to come into his space, man. This is such a huge blessing. I wanted to bring something new, something vibrant to you all. I wanted to change it up a little, you know what I'm saying? As we continue to grow in this podcast, everything is going to grow. And so it just starts with me continuing to be consistent, right? And me continuing to step out on faith and continuing to do what God has led me to do and placed on my heart to do. But man, I'm so excited that y'all are here rocking with your boy. A few of y'all DM'd me, a few of y'all messaged me, and when I talked on the phone with a few of y'all like, okay, when's another episode coming out? It's time to get it back going. I look forward to hearing you speak. And so, man, it's such a blessing just to have supporters out there that really support me in what I do and what I bring to the table. I feel like sometimes I don't be saying much, but listen, y'all really continue to keep me motivated, to keep me grounded, to keep on pushing and going, to bring you this content, and I am so excited to continue to do it, man. Like, I really am. And this episode is going to be a good one, man. It's going to be a good one. But before we get into it, like I always say, listen, if you're not new to the podcast, you know what's about to happen. Go ahead, head to your kitchen, go to the pantry, grab your favorite beverage, grab your favorite snack, sit back, relax, buckle your seatbelt, and enjoy the show. If you are new to the channel and this is your first time hearing me, or you've done heard a few episodes, but you haven't subscribed to the channel if you're watching on YouTube, I need you to right now hit that subscribe button down below. Do that for me, and I will greatly appreciate it. And listen, if you're listening on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google, Amazon, follow. Like, come on, follow, leave a review, leave comments, man, and let's continue to grow. Go ahead and share this episode with a friend, a family, because I'm letting you know right now it's about to be a blessing. This episode right now and everything on the Living Beyond the podcast is for everyone. Like, there's no specific demographic that we cater to. I want you to be able to live beyond whatever it is that you're going through in life, and it starts with you. And before we jump into this episode, I need y'all right now to give me your honest opinion. I know you see some stuff on your boy, you know what I'm saying? Like, you like, TG, you got some merch coming out. Listen, I don't know, man. These just a little sample piece, you know what I'm saying? Just a little sample piece, you know? Like, let me know what y'all think. And listen, I have more books in stock that I want to send to you. Go ahead and purchase it. Head to my link, www.iamtimothygriffin.com. That's the website, and purchase the Living Beyond the book today. Go ahead and get that, man. Support your boy. And if you purchase from my website, I will make sure to sign it and personally send it to you. 5 chapters. That's going to give you 5 keys on how to live beyond whatever it is that you're going through in life. And so go ahead and do that, man. I will greatly appreciate it. But without further ado, let's go ahead and get in today's episode. Listen, man. I've been reading this new book. If you've been following me for a minute, you know what I'm saying, you know that I love to read. And reading, it brings so much wisdom, knowledge, clarity, understanding, and it allows you to grow as an individual, especially if you understand the author, you know. And so I've been reading this new book by Dr. Darius Daniels. Your Purpose is Calling, man. Shout outs to Dr. Darius Daniels, aka PD, Pastor Darius, for this book, an amazing book. Listen, if you are going through life and you don't know what it is you're really supposed to be doing, right? If you really are uncertain about your purpose, and not even uncertain about your purpose, but uncertain about how to start, how to launch, how to grow where you are, how to feel comfortable with your purpose, this book is for you. And there is something that is super, super important that he says at the beginning of this book that rocked my world. Pastor Darius Daniels, Dr. Darius Daniels, he said that in life, you can live on whatever. Oh, man. I got to go to the book. It's so good. I underlined it. I don't want to misquote him. So let's look at it in here real quick. Here we go. You will always behave in a way that is consistent with how you view yourself. I'm going to say that one more time. You will always behave in a way that is consistent with how you view yourself. The question is, how do you view you? Man, I come to let somebody know you have been uniquely designed. And he talks about this in the book, how you have been created for a specific purpose. Like there is only one you in this world, and you have a specific purpose for living. You have a specific calling upon your life. There is a specific agenda that you are supposed to achieve, accomplish. And so the thing is this, we will never walk in purpose if we don't feel purposeful. Ooh. I'm going to say that one more time. We will never walk in purpose if we do not feel purposeful. And the way we will never feel purposeful is if we don't know how to view ourselves. Yeah, the Bible can tell us all day that we're a chosen generation, a royal priesthood, a peculiar people. We've been called out of darkness into light. But until you truly believe that for yourself, you're not going to start to walk like you're chosen. You won't walk like you're royal. You won't walk like you've been called out of darkness and you're now in light. You're now enlightened. You now understand what it is to live. You now understand what you are called to do. Once we get to the place in life where we're able to say, I know who I am. I know what I've been called to do. I know what I'm supposed to do. Then and only then will we live beyond everything in life that we're going through. Darius Daniels, he says, it's time for us to stop conforming, because here it is. Conformity kills. I'm going to say it one more time. Conformity, it kills. We're not supposed to conform to this world. We're supposed to transform. We're not supposed to conform to culture. We're supposed to transform culture. We're not supposed to conform to a way of life. We're supposed to walk in life, walk in purpose, walk towards destiny. And the only way that your destiny will be defined in life is if you begin to walk in purpose. And but what with purpose, you understand that you are God's fingerprint. Oh my gosh, I'm all up in my book. When you understand that you are the fingerprint of God, you will then understand purpose. And then when you understand purpose, you will then understand transformation. Not only transformation, but you will understand that you are not called to conform to this world. There is somebody that is counting on your transformation. There is somebody that is counting on you to walk in purpose. There is somebody that is counting on you to recognize that you are the fingerprint of God. And so what I want you to understand and take away from this episode of the Living Beyond the podcast is to not conform. No. Walk in your truth. Walk in your unique ability to be who you were created to be, who you were designed to be. He points out this beautiful illustration, and I have to do it soon. I'm going to go down to the river. And he says, if you stick your hand in the river and you pull out a few stones out of that river, all of the stones in that river are alike. They are very similar. All of them are smooth. All of them are round. He said the reason why all of the stones in the river are the same is because they've been stuck in the same place, and the currents of the river have pushed against them so much so till they conformed alike. They became alike. They became similar. There's no difference. He said most of the stones in the river, they have the same color, the same texture, the same shape. That's because they've been stuck in a place that has been pushing against that mineral, that very thing, that stone, and it made it like every other stone in the river. But he said to be different. And I want to use this in a literal sense, right? And you figuratively as well. You know what I'm saying? Just think about it. He said, in order for you to place yourself in the river and to walk against the current, it's going to take energy. Yeah, it may be exhausting, but you going against the trends of life, you going against culture, listen, it's going to be uncomfortable. It's not always going to feel good. It's not going to seem good, but being different is okay. Oh man, I'm going to say it one more time. Your difference is what this world needs. Your difference is what's going to make a change in this world. Stop trying to emulate. Stop trying to conform to a particular culture, a particular group, if you don't know who you are. Eesh. See. You only attract what you are becoming. Oh, I'm going to say it one more time. You attract what you are becoming. Jesus was attracted by the disciples that he picked to follow him because he saw what they were becoming. It's not about your now. Yeah, you so stuck and so fixated on what's going on now to the point where you miss what's about to happen, what can happen, what would happen if you step outside the box and become who you have been uniquely designed to be. The question I have for you is, do you know you? Do you know what you've been created to do? Do you know what you are placed on this earth to do? Listen, man, you've been fearfully and wonderfully made in his image. That alone has purpose attached to it. That alone has transformation attached to it. It's born. It's born conforming. Conformity kills, man, because you will never live out to your fullest potential in life. We all have something to offer. Stop belittling yourself. Wake up in the mirror and speak over yourself. Speak those words of affirmation. Yeah, tell yourself who you are. Tell yourself who you're becoming. Stop allowing culture to dictate who you are. Listen, if you don't know who you are, if you don't know what you've been called to do, people will label you and they will tell you who you are and they will tell you what you're supposed to do. But we are living in a season where it's time for us to elevate the way that we think and the way that we view ourselves, man. Oh my Lord, listen, I'm about to step into a season where I'm about to get everything that God has for me. I'm going to say it just like that. And it all starts with mentality. Listen, children of Israel wandering in the wilderness for 40 years. I'm going to have to preach this. Wandering in the wilderness for 40 years. There are 10 spies. 10 spies, right? They all are at the breaking point of walking into the promised land. 2 out of 10 only came back with a good report. That was Joshua and that was Caleb, right? 2 out of the 10. The other 8, the way they viewed themselves according to what they saw, it demoted their faith. It took them to a place of uncertainty, of uncomfortableness. They said, listen, man, I understand what has been promised to us. I understand what we should be walking in. I understand what has our name attached to it. But there's some people that's in the land that's supposed to be ours. And to us, we look like as grasshoppers. Listen, they view themselves in a way that Christ never viewed them. They viewed themselves in a way that God never viewed them. I come to let somebody know. Somebody is just occupying the space until you get there. Oof. Yeah. That position is only being occupied until you step into it. Yeah. That home, it's only being occupied until you get there. Yeah. Somebody's already tilling the land. Somebody's already laying the concrete down. The drywalls are going up. It's only being worked on until you get there. It's only being maintained until you get there. But you have to step into it. You have to view yourself right. The reason why we don't get the things that God has for us is because we view ourselves wrong. That's the reason why they weren't able to step into the promised land when they were supposed to. It's because they viewed themselves wrong. They thought of themselves wrong. They viewed themselves wrong. But when you build enough faith, man, enough courage, enough confidence to be different and to understand why you're different and who has called you to be different, you will step in a season of your life where you will be able to live beyond every trial, every tribulation, every circumstance, every valley of life, because you understand. And get this, stop trying to make people understand what you're going through, what you're doing. Stop it. Stop conforming. Don't you remember as David? Yeah, he a king at this time. He's a king, right? And David know who he is. He's very confident with himself and the God that he serves. His wife cares about status, title, appearance. But David is so grateful, has so much gratitude, so thankful, to the point where he goes down from his palace to the ground amongst his servants and slaves. And this man, he dances until his clothes fall off. What type of king does that? One that doesn't conform to culture, and one that knows who they are. Not only who they are, but whose they are. Conformity kills, man. Stop conforming. It's time for you to step into who you have been created to be. It's time for you to stop comparing yourself, your situation, your life. And it's time for you to step into transforming into who you were uniquely designed to be. Embrace the scars, embrace who you are, and become who you were made. Man, come on, man. It's the Living Beyond the podcast. I'm your host, Timothy Griffin, the one who awaken lives and ignite visions. And until next time, family, love y'all. Be blessed.